Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. If you're new here, if you're not new, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back. You are the realist. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all over all social media. I am at CCSUAREZ. If you would like to watch any of my other commentary contents, go ahead and click right up there in that little corner. And down below will be my Instagram, my merch, my all social medias and my link tree and my Reddit community and a bunch of other stuff too. Am I wearing the same outfit that I have worn in basically all of this week's videos? I am, because I filmed 4 videos in a row. I'm dizzy. So get your Celsius, get your snack, your wine, your anything, because today we are attending one of Boss Lee's trainings, and I'm just so excited because she's something.
What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee, and today's training is gonna be fire. So I'm excited to be on here with you today. I'm gonna train you guys on something that I think is super important, and that is sponsoring versus recruiting. So if at any point in time
That board she has is one of those smart boards from Samsung, I think it is. And it's like $2,000, I think. But it's so cool. To the point where I was like, should I get one of those? But then I was like, why the fuck would I need that? But then I really wanted it. So I might buy one of those.
This ends up being beneficial to you, make sure you share the video, make sure you tell a friend, make sure you get this information out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna completely move my entire setup actually, which I get.
Make sure you get your Celsius, make sure you eat fudge stripes. So one thing that I think is really funny is in one of the last MLM top fails, we went over the $1 million plan that Jessie Lee talked about. And she's like, you can't read it, you can't read it, you wish you could read that. And so the person who sent me that paused it on and like rotated it so I could read it. It said like their posting schedule basically. And so she has gone live like every day, and then every day she's posted like, why network marketing? It's so repetitive and so dumb. And the thing is though, is that her engagement is so low. Like she has hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers, and typically I get more likes than she does. It's so strange. So I think this is a way to her like lives and stuff, and the fact that she keeps doing reels and she's like really pushing all those out is like her trying to increase her engagement, which sucks because that means more people are going to see it and more people are going to fall for her bullshit, which is disgusting, as you'll see in this video.
I'm clear, I'm a little late, you know, so here we go. I'm sick of the glare. The glare is driving me crazy. This is better. Okay, sponsoring versus recruiting. So you can go ahead and drop a 1 if you're tuning in live. You can drop an I miss you if you are catching a replay. And if you want to tell me where you are coming in from, that would be awesome. And then the other thing I would love for you to do is if you do share the video at any point in time, because I give you value that you think is worth sharing, I would go ahead if I were you, and I would definitely, I would drop your name, drop shared in the comments below, and when it tells me that you shared it.
She owns a salon. Why are her shitty extensions longer than her hair? I can't deal with it. Like it gives me so much like anxiety. It just irks me.
I'll give you a full name, shout out. So, like I said, today's training is on sponsoring versus recruiting. These are 2 very different things, and you might think it's the same thing because sometimes people will use these interchangeably. They'll say, oh, I'm sponsoring people. Oh, I'm recruiting people. They're 2 different things, all right? So I just want to get that straight first of all. If you agree they're 2 different things, drop a yes in the comments. And the way I want to describe this is actually by painting a picture of something that I think might be a little strange initially, but it's going to make sense when I go with it, okay? So the very first thing that I want you to think about, and this might be a little strange, is actually like a 12-step program, okay? So I actually am of the, if you don't know this about me, I'm a big advocate for addicts in general, because I actually think every single one of you is an addict. And so I think we need to start normalizing the idea that, oh, addicts, whatever. Addicts are people too, and all of you are addicts. You're all addicted to something. Some of you are addicted to, you know, some people, they demonize it because you're addicted to alcohol or you're addicted to drugs, but some of you are addicted to sex, and some of you are addicted to attention, and some of you are addicted to money, and some of you are addicted to fake friendships, and some of you are addicted to work, and some of you are addicted to whatever it is. You all have addictions, so this should actually be applicable to all of you, and nobody should be offended by my use of the word addict, okay? I mean it actually in a way where every single one of you watching this, you are, okay? So thank you for sharing, Hannah Fields. So we're gonna jump in.
So this is my 6-month sobriety coin. This is my 1 year, and then that's my 2 year. And obviously I've been sober for how many years now? Good God, this was Christmas 2007. And if you don't know, I went to treatment when I was 15, 15 to, I came home like right before my 18th birthday. No, right before my 17th birthday. And it saved my life. And yeah, all that. If you want to watch that live stream I did where I actually talk about all of it, it'll be linked up there. But I've done 12-step programs. I've been an NA. I personally don't like going to them anymore just because it's not an issue for me. I don't find the need to go. And I personally like therapy, like one-on-one, way better at this age and a stage of my life. That's just better for me. So that's why I wanted to react to this, because I feel like what she's saying is so degrading and dangerous and obnoxious and offensive. Now she says, you can't be offended by what I say. No. What you're saying is offensive. And no, not everyone is addicted to something. Tony's not addicted to anything. Like, I don't think she understands like personally what addiction actually is. Like, you just liking something is completely different than you being addicted to something. Like, addiction disrupts your life. You just liking coffee a lot or binge watching shows or enjoying video games maybe a little bit too much, that's not an addiction.
Jump in. I'm going to talk about a 12-step program when it talks about specifically when you find something or someone called a sponsor, okay? Recruiting is a thing you do. Recruiting is a verb, and I want to go ahead and make sponsoring be a verb as well. The actual act of recruiting somebody are the following things. So I'm going to keep changing colors to make this easier for you. The actual act of recruiting is what? You can comment some stuff below. We can make this an interactive training. There's a lot of you watching. I appreciate you. Okay, so thank you for sharing, Yvonne Martinez. The actual act of recruiting.
On Instagram, she usually only has like 200, 300 people watching her whenever she goes live. The fact that she has over 130,000 followers and like 1% of that, less than 1% of that, watches her is mind-blowing to me.
Recruiting, I would say, pretty much stops at closing. So the recruiting is the scripts. The recruiting is the initial purchase. The recruiting is, basically the swipe of the credit card, okay? Or whatever, however you're paying, PayPal, whatever, okay? So this right here is your actual recruiting. That's all recruiting is, right? But the problem with just recruiting is the success rates, I would say, are extremely low, okay? The act of recruiting is what people do where they bring people in a business, they give the network marketing profession a terrible name, and they just throw them to the wolves. Can you imagine if you were recruited into the military where they recruit people, okay? You're recruited into the army and they say, bye, off to war you go. Congrats on all these sobriety testimonials, by the way. Congratulations, Michelle. I saw that one. I saw a couple over here. Congratulations, okay? This blows my mind. The military would never give a soldier a machine gun and say, bye, light them up, go do your thing, shout-ay, okay? It would literally never happen.
I don't use the word hate very often. You know what? I'm not even going to use the word hate. I despise this person so much, and I'm just disgusted by her entire facade and personality. It's disgusting.
But if you agree it would never happen, drop me a no in the comments, okay? Just like if you are struggling with your sobriety, with whatever it is, you literally would never be like, oh, that's just isn't it? Oh, it's terrible. Look at that. Look at those addicts out there. Look at all of them out there. Let me just, oh, sorry. You would never. So why is it different? Why is it different in the network marketing space? Right? That's why.
Well, why is it different? Maybe because you're not in the military and you're not talking about addiction and life or death and therapy and treatment. Because it's a scam and you're a cult leader, in my opinion.
Why our profession gets a bad rap, because a lot of you do not sponsor people. In the military, you gotta have military buddies, right? You literally go to, what's it called? Come on, what's it called, guys? When you go to the thing and they work you out, you know?
She's trying to think of basic training. The sad part is that her husband was in the military and she doesn't know her ex-husband and she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like, this is so embarrassing.
They work you out, you know? You work your, I never went in the military, obviously. What the heck is the word I'm talking about? Boot camp? Okay, no one's helping me out here. I think I'm looking for boot camp. All right, you go to boot camp, you gotta have like a boot camp buddy, right? In the boot camp barracks, you go to boot camp and you got your buddy. And
that's not how it works, you dumbass. You don't have a boot camp buddy. You don't have a basic training buddy. You have your squad or your platoon and like you're on a team basically. But this woman, I don't know how anyone is attracted to this. How is anyone attracted to this? How can anyone stand to listen to this? I'm hardly 6 minutes in and I need to lie down.
You know, if your buddy's bed's not made right, you're in trouble. If your buddy's hair's out of line, you're in trouble. Accountability. If your buddy's, uniform is not uniform, you're in trouble. Basic training. Thank you. Boot camp. Basic training. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right? You would never. So why is it any different? Why is it any different in business? We've got to find...
Why is she saying different and sponsor? Different and sponsor. Different. Like, what are you doing?
Our battle buddies. I want you to write that in the comments. Battle buddies, okay? Because business is a series of battles. Anybody who tells you that this is easy, if it was easy, everybody would share bank accounts, bank accounts that look like mine or whatever. If it was easy, everybody would have teams with millions of dollars in sales. If it was easy,
Ma'am, why are you screaming? Business is a series of battles. Being in an MLM is not life or death. And it's always so cringy that she has these pictures of people on her wall. It's so creepy. It's like a bad dentist's office. Like the Braces Hall of Fame.
Everybody would have, gigantic organizations. It's not, because you're not sponsoring people. You're literally recruiting them.
It's not, because it's a scam.
You're closing them with scripts, they're making a purchase, and then swiping a credit card or whatever, and then you're throwing them out to the wolves. We're gonna stop that because I want to go into sponsoring, all right? So I want to go into sponsoring because it's a much happier place in my opinion, okay? So we got our battle buddies. You can call them accountability partners. By the way, there's an assignment. If you don't yet have an accountability partner, I want to hold you accountable to go find a business battle buddy who is your accountability partner. Somebody you report to on a regular basis. Somebody you talk to on a regular basis. Somebody that you check in with, whether it's daily or weekly. That's it. Daily or weekly, or both of them, and you let them know what they're doing. Who is your accountability partner? Matter of fact, let's be smart and let's share this video to our accountability partner right now, okay? Why don't we go ahead and do that? Share this to your accountability partner.
In fact, let's be smart. In fact, let me try to boost my shitty engagement and share this with someone who you're gonna let continue to brainwash you. I just did the math and my 15 years sober just passed. Oh, it's today. Cool. Cute that I'm doing this video and reacting to this fucking clown on my sobriety birthday, as she is, in my opinion, just making a mockery of sobriety and addiction. So that's cool.
Maybe you have a group chat with them, share it to them. Let's get them in here while we talk about sponsoring. We're gonna move into sponsoring now for the next part of this training. Sponsoring is completely different. Sponsoring is the actual act of leadership, okay? The actual act of leading somebody. Now, you don't have to do this alone, okay? You can learn from a support line. You can learn from a company. You can learn from a CEO. You can learn from a coach. You can learn from a mentor. You can learn from whomever. But sponsoring is the actual act of leading through business. Now, I want to paint the picture to you. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about like a 12-step program. Now, I don't personally know all the steps of a 12-step program, but I will tell you that I know the reason why these 12-step programs work so well is because part of going to those meetings, let's like write that down, Okay, meetings. Wow, imagine that. Okay, part of these meetings is you visit with your sponsor.
God grant me the serenity, because if she says sponsor or different or opinion one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. I don't usually ever get offended by anything like this. Any of these videos, any of the mean comments, anything like that, right? I have pretty thick skin, but this video got a little bit under my skin. The fact that she is comparing the act of recruiting someone into your network marketing scam or sponsoring them into your scam to 12-step programs, sobriety, addiction, being in the military, actual life or death situations. It got under my skin a little bit. Yeah. And the fact that she's like, I don't know all the 12 steps. And I don't want to be like, okay, well then clearly you've never dealt with addiction. I feel like she would have said that if she has, then she would have said that she has, because she talks about everything else so openly, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't. And I don't know. It pisses me off. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Listen, like I said in my last video, I do not condone violence. I did not choose violence, but she deserves a swift kick in the left tit for this.
Part of it is when you're having a bad day, you call your sponsor and you say, I'm not having a good day. I think I'm gonna make a bad choice. Right? Part of being a sponsor is calling them, reaching out to them as well and saying, hey, Kim, hey, Jen, hey, Tracy, hey, Amber, hey, Bridget, I haven't seen you on trainings. Like, I haven't seen you in the meetings. Is everything okay with you? Because let me promise you, whether it's sobriety, whether it's business, whether it's anything, if people start to disappear and slowly back off, it's because they're hiding from something. It's because they know they're starting to make bad decisions. If you agree with that, will you put a yes in the chat for me? Nobody who is doing well in business or sobriety or emotionally or mentally literally disappears. They don't do that. Somebody who is in the game is showing up. Somebody who's in the business is messaging the sponsor.
That's not necessarily true, because if you're actually a business owner, if you're I don't post constantly when I'm filming or when I'm researching for a video. Like, y'all don't see half the shit I do, more than half the shit. I'd say like 80% of the shit I do behind the scenes. You don't see it because I don't want to be public with it. I don't need to be public with it. I don't need everyone to know my business. I'm sure most of you didn't even know that I went to treatment or that I struggled with certain issues. So just because I'm not going to meetings or talking about it on social media or anything like that, does that mean that I am not sober, not putting in the work? And don't come at me and be like, oh, you drink wine, you're not sober. Kindly fuck yourself. Alcohol was never an issue for me, and it's not an issue for me. Y'all don't know what my issues were. And then on the opposite side of that, like, just because y'all don't see like the shit I'm doing to lead up to the content I put out doesn't mean it's so backwards. It's one thing I hate about network marketing is that like they make it so that, well, if you're not putting everything out there, then you're not doing the work. And it's like, I don't want to put everything out there. Like, no one needs to know my business.
Who is actively building does not ghost you. I always know when you're leaving. You don't have to tell me that you're about to break sobriety. You don't have to I can feel it. You don't even have to be an energetically conscious person. You can feel it, can't you? If you know what I'm talking about, will you let me know below? Like, you can tell.
Well, you clearly don't know much about your downline, Bossly, because 20 people that are in your downline, some of them directly below you, who have been wanting to get out for years, were some of my sources for the video I did on you. So clearly you don't know. And those people want to get out and they can't stand you, but they're also fucking terrified of you because you're a cult leader.
Nobody has to tell you I'm thinking about using again. Nobody has to tell you, you know, I used the example of all kinds of different addiction earlier, so I said like sex addiction. Nobody has to say anything. We already know. Nobody makes a big announcement, I'm quitting the business. I'm out of here. No, they don't do that. You know what they do is they whoop, okay? They slowly fade away or they jump away, and then they only come back to make a bunch of excuses. My sponsor, la la la. My recruiter, right? My sponsor this, my upline that, the team this, manipulation here, blah, blah, all these excuses. It's addict behavior. Now, I already said I think all humans are addicts, so I'm trying to normalize that with us right now, okay? But let me tell you what, that's what they do. They make the bad decision to relapse in whatever their bad behavior is. They're missing of meetings. They're not showing up on calls. They're not checking in with their battle buddy.
So leaving network marketing or quitting your team because you're a psychopath is addict behavior and unhealthy behavior. This is so offensive. I think that I'm going to have to title this video something like that. Like, this is the most offensive MLM video ever.
Accountability partner. They're not the whatever. And then they blame everyone else. It's just addict behavior. So when you know that, you do better, okay? When you know that as a leader, you do better. You go, to be expected. This person is failing in their sobriety. This person is failing in their business. To be expected, okay? So what can you do? You get them to meetings. You check in, okay? Maybe you run little incentives like, hey, when you've been in business and you've hit this mile marker, I'm gonna incentivize you. Think about Alcoholics Anonymous. They give you chips. It's an incentive. It's an incentive to stay 30 days clean, 60 days clean, 90 days clean, 30 years clean. It's a token. It's a token. So if somebody's...
You're not staying sober because you want to get the coin. Like, yeah, I guess like, yeah, the coin is something to work towards, but it's not like an actual incentive, you know? I don't know. It's just, she has no idea what the hell she's talking about, and it's so offensive. I've heard her say a few times that her mom's an alcoholic and that she has to like set boundaries with her and stuff, and that sucks. I know how that can be. I have alcoholics in my family, and it's very difficult, and I'm sure I've been that person for someone too. Like, I know I have with my family, but like, just everything she's saying is so fucked up, and to turn and use this as a comparison is so awful.
Hitting a core rank, or if somebody is hitting a contest, or if somebody is achieving something new, what's the incentive? And are you going to recognize? Sorry, my necklace is stabbing me. Okay? Are you going to recognize them? Part of being a sponsor is recognizing them and staying plugged in with them and letting them know, hey, I see you. Speaking of which, you know what you could do as a sponsor is make sure they know about things. That's yellow. That's a terrible idea. Okay? Do they know when the meetings are? Tell them. You know, if you're having a problem with your sobriety, wouldn't you like a sponsor who says, hey, meetings are every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Will I see you there? Hey, power hours are every day at this time, this time, this time. Will I see you there? It's the same as saying there's a meeting every day at 8 a.m., 12 noon, and 9:30. Are you going to be there? Right? That's all this is. It's accountability. It's being the sponsor. I'm not telling you to hold people's hands because I want to promise you, you can't make anybody be sober. You can't make anybody build the business. You can't make anybody show up to calls. You can't make anybody do anything. You're all addicts. Shocker. Every single one of you. I'm going to say it like 6 times in this live because some of you are jumping in and out. You're all addicted to something. If you don't think I'm an addict, you're crazy, okay? I'm addicted to work. I'm addicted to business. I'm addicted to success. I'm currently addicted to acai bowls. I'm addicted to, I'm probably a little addicted to attention, all these flippin' live videos, right? I'm addicted. I might not have a substance abuse.
Like, what a true, like, truly, truly, truly a narcissist, a psychopath. Actually, she's probably more of a sociopath than a psychopath, but like, you're not addicted to acai bowls. Like, it's just so degrading and belittling to say that. It's like when people say, oh, I have this makes me anxious, or oh, I have so much anxiety right now, when they're just nervous about something. Like, no, you don't understand anxiety. And maybe they do, but the word is being overused and it's losing its meaning. So that when I say, hey, I'm having a really bad day, I have a lot of anxiety, then it's not taken seriously. Thankfully, the people around me understands that, yes, I do, it is debilitating. Like yesterday, I don't know how I got through it. I was having like an out of body experience. It was so strange. And I was really struggling yesterday. Like it was bad, and I had to go to a bridal shower. It was bad. And I came home and I went to bed at like 8, and I woke up and let out Wiggum and did other stuff I had to do, and then went back to sleep and slept for over 12 hours. Like, it was bad. But girl, you're not addicted to it. You eating acai bowls and liking them is not going to ruin your life or kill you. It's not something that disrupts your life. It's not something your body is now dependent on. I could go on for hours about how fucking offensive this is, but I won't.
Problem, thank God, right? Some of you do, and I love you. I see you. You're valid. You're important. You're seen. Okay? You all are addicts, though. Stop bashing other people. Y'all are all addicts. Get over it, okay? This, though, guys, you have to get people in there. You've got to let people be seen. Right? I can't make you.
This isn't how, like she said before she wants to normalize it, but that's not how you normalize it. That's not normalizing it. That's belittling and degrading.
Work your business. But as long as you know somebody is watching you, somebody is there for you, it's different. It's different. It's very different than this action. It's very different than, well, I got him. Oh, I think Sam's here. Oh my God. You just scared the crap out of me. Sorry, I was like, somebody is literally in HQ and I didn't invite anybody to HQ. Like I literally just, did you guys see that? Did you see the fear? Hold on, if you guys saw the fear, will you like put the word fear in the chat? My heart is literally racing.
Someone is in HQ? You mean the condo that you're living in? Stop calling it HQ. It's not HQ. It's the condo that now is your office because your house flooded. So annoying.
You just petrified me in the middle of this live video. Okay, woo, guys, I thought we were under attack. I was gonna call on my battle buddies. I'm sweating now. Can you turn the air conditioning down? Oh my God, okay, y'all saw the fear of God in my face? I was gonna stab her with the pencil, okay? All right, woo, all right, back to this, okay? Back to this. That's very different than just closing somebody. That's very different than just getting them in the business. And if I could promise you anything, if you want to scale this business, start caring about people. Drop the word people in the chat for me. Guys, I reposted an unbelievable video.
Another red flag that I've seen so many times lately, and especially on social media, is the phrase, scale your business. Scale your business. Learn how to scale your business to 6 figures with all these fucking IG coaches and motivational people. Shut up. Like, that's, oh my God. Some random bitch on Instagram is not going to teach you how to grow your business. You're just giving her non-refundable money for a course that she probably copied from someone else.
That Gary Vaynerchuk posted the other day, just in my Instagram story. The difference between $1 million a year business and $100 million a year business, which I've had both of them. I have a business that does that's a 9-figure business. I want to tell you, it's the people. It's the relationships. Y'all don't know your people. Y'all are not sponsoring your people. You are literally recruiting them, throwing them into a system, if you even have one, and then vanishing. And if you think that's any way for somebody to be sober, if you think that's any way for people to be successful, if you think that's any way for people to be able to change their lives, you are so, so, so mistaken. You need to be there for people. Like I said, you would never send a soldier to war without a battle buddy and without a system. Just like you should never recruit somebody into the business and not support them. And I'm not telling you that all of a sudden by you being the world's best sponsor, they're gonna make millions of dollars, because Lord knows we got a lot of lazy people in the world. Lord knows we got a lot of quitters in the world. Lord knows if it was easy, everyone would be sober, everybody would be successful, and everybody would be winning. But let me promise you, it's a people business. So start sponsoring them and stop just recruiting them. If this was useful for you, and if you learned something today, and if you're gonna come back tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time to get a little bit more, drop the word yes in the comments, share with a friend. I do love you guys, I do appreciate you, and I hope you got something out of this training today, because it was short, sweet, to the point, and I wanna brainwash y'all a little bit today. You get brainwashed with negativity all day, every day in your normal life. Let me throw some positivity up in there on this happy Tuesday afternoon. God bless y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.
Not only, like, I have my brain, I'm broken. She broke me. Her fucking eyebrows. And just like, ugh, I despise this human. Everything from her eyebrows to her short, weird teeth. Just like, ugh, I cannot fucking stand her at all. I really cannot stand her. And it's really not just because she looks like a goddamn Disney villain. It's because of shit like this. And because she's even saying things like, y'all get brainwashed by negativity and I have to brainwash you with positivity. How about you would just not brainwash people? That could also be good. Let people think for themselves. Like, you're a psycho and a cult leader, in my opinion, from what I have seen. And that's just my experience with her too. Like, oh my God. That was 18 and a half minutes. That could have been a 5-minute call or a 5-minute training. Instead of adding in all this stuff about the military and NA and all the offensive shit, she could have just been like, hey, stop signing people up and then ghosting them and, leaving them on their own. Like, you have to train people. You have to, coach them. If you sign them up, they are your responsibility, and you need to make sure that you're giving them all the tools to succeed. Come on. Like, there you go. There's the call. It didn't have to be 18 and a half minutes of some of the most offensive things that I've ever heard in my life. Pretty crazy how that works out, though, how it's my 15 years sober today, and I'm reacting to this call. Absolutely insane. Yeah, she definitely deserves a punch in the left tit. Just a roundhouse tit kick. For legal purposes, that's a joke. I don't condone violence. Please don't hurt this person, and please don't send any hate her way at all. Anyways, it's also just so funny how she's like, put a blank in the chat, do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because that's a common tactic to get people to engage with you. Like, y'all, and I tell all other creators this too. I'm like, guys, have a conversation with your viewers. Like, y'all know I ask you questions during my videos. I ask y'all all the time. I'm like, wait, is that right? I don't know. Put in the comments. Am I wrong? Because not only does that get you engaging, but that's a conversation we're having. And plus, usually I don't fucking know, right? So also, I do like her hairstyle in this video. It's the braid that's up here. I love it. So if y'all have any tutorials or anything like that, I mean, I know I could just look it up myself, but if y'all find any tutorials to how I could actually figure out how to do that myself, because I've tried and it's so confusing to do a Dutch braid or a French braid, I don't know, right here on the top of your head, I would love that. But it's just so hard. So hard to do. She's trying to get her engagement up. I mean, I can't get mad about that, whatever. She's using good tactics to try to do that and posting 3 times a day. So sure, but she's just gross. And I mean, shit, I even did it in my last, I'm even doing that right now, right? I posted 4 videos last week. I went live once, I think. I should have gone live twice. Maybe I did go live twice, can't remember. But I'm going to go live at least 3 times this week. I already have, now this is the 3rd video that I'll have for this week. And then I'm going to film another one probably tomorrow. So see, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm uploading more and trying to engage more and stuff like that so I can get to my goal of 50,000 subscribers by September 1st. And I really want to hit that goal. And that's just something for me that I really, really want to do. That's not unethical, With her, it's for something unethical. She's promoting something unethical. And with me, I'm not. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm going off on this tangent, but it's just gross. I mean, I like her hair, just this top part. The extensions are horrendous. And then that board thing is really cool. Like I said, I really want one, but I'm like, why? I don't need that. What would I use that for? Nothing. In conclusion, I can't stand her. And please don't fall for any of this bullshit, any of these like trainings like this. It's all just like so obvious, but then they drag it out into to try to make it deeper, to try to make you think that it's more complex and all this stuff. And it's like, no, sign someone up and train them. That's it, and keep them accountable. So comment down below what you think the most offensive part of her training video was. Of course, y'all already know what I think the worst part was when she was comparing it to sobriety. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you'll have an amazing rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video, which will most likely be tomorrow or the day after, unless today is Friday, because typically I don't post on Saturdays or Sundays. But either way, I'll see you in my next video, where I drink an entire bottle of Monn shampoo. Okay, bye.